Does publicity differ from marketing?
Absolutely. And marketing is all the advertising, whether it's on television, radio, print, and blogs, whereas publicity is all the editorial content. For instance, if you're seeing a guest being interviewed on Jay Leno or Letterman or Conan, that's the publicist who's connected that up. Any editorial that's in newspapers, on the blogs, that's the publicist who's been behind that, putting that together. Whereas advertising, there's money involved in that. You know, companies have to pay for that space and that positioning. Whereas we're on the mercy of we're at the mercy of the editors.
Okay.
Always.
You know, one of the things that I've noticed is today it seems that artists they're required just culturally to be much more accessible. You see so much more activity with artists on Facebook, on Tumbler, on all of these different kinds of social media sites. And I'm wondering, in your opinion, if you feel that that has affected the artist-fan relationship, and if you could talk about that, in what ways?
Well, there's some good and bad things. I mean, with MySpace, everybody ran to MySpace, signed up. People were adding, friends on MySpace like there was no tomorrow. Suddenly, MySpace disappears. And everyone's going, well, don't be on MySpace, or don't connect to that medium because, Facebook is happening or Twitter is happening, so move there. And on one hand, it's given the artist fans the direct connection with the artists themselves. And I think that's fantastic because the artist can say, listen, I'm going to be here at such and such a time doing, a personal presentation to someone. You can be here and you can get 10,000 people turn up. If it's a major artist, or if you're a young artist, you can actually give people your point of view. This is who I am. I've got stories. I've got great music. You can connect to me, and you can have a direct conversation. As you get old, kind of as they get more and more popular, I doubt if Bono's behind his Facebook page or his Twitter page, but he's going to have a voice somewhere is going to connect him directly to his fan base. And I think that's fantastic. It's how it should be. I mean, and also what I was saying earlier, like I've had bands where there's 10, the up-and-coming emerging bands who are at shows, they've just finished, and they've got 10, 12 people lined up at their merch desk, and they're at the back, having a smoke and terrified to go out. And I've had to go out there and get out there, You go sign those, those CDs or whatever you're selling, the posters or stickers, because that's what everybody wants. They want to talk to you. That's what it's all about, is that direct connection. We all want that. We all want to feel like we're being heard in some capacity or other.
Okay. In terms of your profession, when an artist is looking for publicity, can you talk about some of the factors that an artist should look for in a publicist that they'd like to work with?
That they care.
Okay.
I think the thing about music is an emotion, and an emotion is an energy. So that's the connecting point from the start. So if you're going to go and talk to a publicist, they talk a lot, and they can, everyone can talk a lot, but are they talking to you directly? If they're talking, in this roundabout fashion, then you need to stop and think, is this person for me? Are they best suited for what I want? If their base is hip hop and you're a metal band, there could be some connection there. It could work because there is a synergy there. But if you're kind of a singer-songwriter and their base is metal or hip hop, then it's not for you. So the person who you're talking to is going to represent you. You have to listen to what they're saying to you. Are they in line with your philosophy? Can they tell your story in the most kind of the best of your ability, the best of their ability, they can tell your story to connect to the media at large so that you can actually get the coverage that you need? Not everybody can do that for you. And it's only when the people really love what you do that things can happen because of that. You'll go that extra mile. You go that extra 5 steps for that person. You're going to make those 10 extra phone calls for that person. But if it's, if as a publicist, and if you're on the other side of that as the artist, then that's the kind of person that you want to work for you. And it doesn't really matter what the price is. I mean, if it's too expensive, then obviously you're not ready for that. You've got to go along the path a bit further to get to that point where it's, where you can afford that. But in the beginning, it doesn't matter if you pay them, a tiny amount of money. Are they the voice for who you are as a band or as an artist or, as a musician? That's what's important to me.
Okay. Can you talk about some ways in which artists can connect with the media, or things that are important for an artist to have in order to connect with the media today?
An artist, well, I mean, the world, everything is available to the artists, and you just have to go to Google and search for music blogs, and there's like 3 million music blogs.
Whew.
Get to work.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to do the work. And I think there's a kind of immaturity with some of the artists because they feel that, oh, I can't do the work. But that's exactly who you are. You're the artist that needs to do the work. Everyone has to do the work, which in whatever capacity you are, whether you're the manager, whether you're the label, the marketing, the radio and publicist, everyone's got to do their share of work, and everyone has to work hard to get you to where you need to be. But you have to be at the beginning of it, spearheading everything, getting everyone excited to get there. If you're wanting to get yourself from the very beginning because you haven't got all of those aspects connecting to you, then it's about using your own kind of sense of kind of connectivity, like how can I connect to the bloggers? If you're in the scene, like if you're in LA, there's scenes that you can connect to. If you're a jazz musician, there's a jazz scene. Mm-hmm. Go hang out in the jazz scene. That's kind of step number one. Then there you'll connect with more musicians who will tell you more and more people who write about jazz, and then you start to learn about it. If you're a rock person, same thing. If you're an indie artist, same thing. You have to find your own community. And with that community, you continually connect with it. You turn up at those. There's lots of, I used to go to 5 or 6 shows a night, mm-hmm. maybe more, like starting at 6 o'clock and you're there all night long to you get home at 3 o'clock in the morning and then get back to work at 9, But you have to connect to that audience. Okay. As those bloggers, it's like anything. You start, it's like a pyramid effect. You have to put a brick there down with every single person you connect to. It's another brick that's going to build, the structure that you need to take you to the top, okay. And to be the success that you need to be.